All right, we are live. What's going on,
Oh,
bro?
hey, what's up, bro? You see me?
Yeah, yeah, I see you now.
Right on.
I see you now, brother. How you doing?
All right, how you doing, bro? What's
I don't nothing, man.
I don't
First
know. I don't know whether to call you nephew or brother Bernard. I'm
time,
trying to figure out the two.
call me, call me what you want to call me, man. You call me nephew, or like you call Lauren your niece. Which one you want to? How you want to do it?
Well, nephew.
Okay, that's fine. You
I'm
call me PBJ. Call me what the rest of people call me,
gonna
bro.
turn it up a little bit.
You
Yeah.
got, you got.
You see me okay?
Yeah, man, you good, man. Stay, you know.
Okay.
Look, man, you are fine, man. So go ahead and introduce yourself, brother.
All right. Let me turn this up a little bit. I was looking at Dr. Randy Short today,
Oh yeah, Doctor
and I
Short. Yeah,
said,
he do
man,
that.
we had the same kind of flashback.
Hey,
Yeah, my
man,
name
there's
is
a lot of
Rexx.
flashbacks happening right now.
I'm a true to form funk prophet, lab specialist. Huh?
There's a lot of flashbacks happening right now,
Let,
ain't it?
let me know when I can start.
Go ahead and start, brother. I'm waiting on you just to tell who he is,
Oh,
man.
okay. Right on. My name is Rexx. I'm a true to form funk prophet, lab specialist, feel good therapist, funk jam artist, poetic conversation, verbal expressionist. Took me a long time to get to that level. I started out in the world of comedy back in the early 80s with a lot of popular, famous comedians you may know, David Cross. If anybody out there is familiar with Sarah Silverman, Patton Oswalt, who's on King and Queens, back in the early '80s, I came out with that RuPaul when RuPaul was like 21 years old. RuPaul, the drag queen. We started out the same time, like in '81, and I may look okay, I may look normal, but I'm a complete nutcase. So I had to find a location to release myself. So I tried theater. It didn't work out because there's too many people. I like to be alone. So the best way to be alone is to try comedy, do comedy, because you're by yourself. There's you and the microphone and a brick wall, and all you got is you. And then I come from a musical household too. My mother and father, music people. Mother had clubs, hanging in the clubs, learning about myself. My father, organ player, taking me to the club when I was little. So both my mom and pop. And I was really raised up in clubs, man, along with having a sense of humor. My father was like a comedian. My mom was like a prophet, rock star, artist, kind of, Jane of all trades. So when you come up in that kind of household, being by myself too, I have no sisters and brother. I'm my only child. So all I had was characters, imaginations, music, laughter, and just being me. And also being an old school spirit. It takes one to know one. And I started out, and then after the I started doing comedy at the Punchline '81 with RuPaul. Then fast forward, going through that. Let's say 1990. That's when I really got popular in Atlanta, Georgia, the Comedy Act Theater, the House MC. This is where Chris Tucker came from, Jamario. Earthquake came through there, J. Anthony Brown, Steve Harvey, Zoo Man, Corey Miller, Eddie Griffin, Sinbad, Monique, Chocolate, Small Fry. So many great black comedians came through that club, and there's a big difference between white and black. You got the white comedy club, then you got the black comedy club. I say the best time for black comedy culture was in the 80s with the Wayans, Damon Wayans, Keenan, Martin Lawrence, Tommy Davidson, Chris Rock, Eddie Murphy, Arsenio Hall, you know, a host of fantastic comedians. And that's in the 80s, that's where the black comedy movement. I say Eddie Murphy was really the televised version of the black comedy movement when it comes to anything besides Richard Pryor and Bill Cosby and Dick Gregory and Red Fox. So then when
Okay.
Eddie came, Eddie got sexy. Eddie was wearing that leather. Eddie was looking good. And a lot of young black guys at that time were finding themselves. People like Bill Bellamy in New Jersey, Willie Asbury, local comedian in East Orange, Terry Hodges in New York, Percy Cruz, you know, Steve Harvey, Cedric, Jamie Foxx. These people, they were in the 80s, man. So I came up in that time. But I was never a comedian. I was always I'm a funny person. Uh, in the house of laughter, in the house of comedy, I do reside. I'm just way over on the other side, you know.
Okay.
Um,
So
and I'm a old school spiritual flashback. That's why I adopted you and Lauren because y'all are old school. Man. I swear, y'all. When I heard you on Valerie Jones, man, I was like, I thought you was in your late 40s, early 50s. I know me and soul brother Judge Joe Brown thought the same thing too. So Judge, I know Judge thinks very highly of you too, man. So you an old school spirit, bro. You were here before. You and Lauren, you guys were here before. So this
hey,
is a
look,
deep
man.
time.
I'm just
So
trying to.
this is a deep
I'm
time,
just
and
trying
I'm
to.
we are the
I'm
world
just
soul
trying to
brother.
reach a higher. I'm just trying to reach a higher frequency. But
You said a
yeah,
higher frequency.
yeah, man, because the frequency of us is so low right now, man.
I
We
know that's
almost in
right.
the danger zone.
Hmm.
When your frequency low, you gotta, work on getting your frequency up. And we got some great people in the chat. I hope some more people come. We got Dr. Common Johnson and a brother named Tim McClure from Texas. And what our job is to heighten the black consciousness. We got to go to the next level. You called in yesterday on Kulik's show, and I hope Kulik is out there. Maybe he's out there. I don't know.
And tell my
Visiting.
man, and do me a favor, tell my man Coolick. I didn't mean to call him Coolio. I mean, talking to him was a fantastic voyage, but his name is not Coolio. His name is Kulik. And I want to give love to Kulik, man. I think Kulik is a millennial too, correct?
Yeah, he's 34.
Man, you guys are something else, man. I'm just happy to be a part of your team, bro, because y'all about to get it started.
Hey, man. I want, yeah, man. We were trying to get some stuff. We just try. I'm just trying to get a movement. But talk about something you said last night that really interested me.
Mm.
You said last night that you feel that the majority of black people are dropouts.
The majority,
Well, you said a lot of people are dropouts last night.
life, but I said life dropouts.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. The
Okay.
majority, yeah. And let me tell you why. A lot of people. Did I say people or did I say a color?
I think you said that a lot of black people are dropouts. Like they still stuck on children mode. Maybe
Oh
I
yeah,
said that.
brother. Let me tell you something, brother. I mean every word I said. A lot of black people are on a low frequency. It goes back to frequency, which puts them into a life dropout. Let me share something with you. What I've learned being a life student, a life student. Life is school. Life is school. It's school. You become a student in life. There's two kinds of school. There's a school where you go to with elementary, high school, what college, higher, different forms of higher learning. You get your mind together. You get class on the how to. But then there's real life. That's another school, bro. And a lot of black people, man, they caught up in the negative mind blow, belly to the pavement, face down, ass up. Negative lyrics have blown their mind. uh Fast food, microwave music, no violins, no instruments, no cellos, no congas, no guitars, no strings, no pianos, no guitars. When you don't have real life human instruments, this is what happens when the computer takes over and you get fast food microwave tunes that make you move your body to the 808. You got a battery operated booty dancing to the 808, and your mind is captivated into a negative groove that you cannot get out of. And because you cannot get out of it, Your ass is stuck to the wall. All you got is hair weaving ignorance and, smoking blunts, walking backwards, drinking some heavy malt liquor. And it's okay if you get your weed on, but you got to have a brain cell to accept it. You can't smoke all day and be stupid. And then you got dumbed down television shows, they don't give you nothing to uplift you. And the average black life dropout, it's not about age. It comes in variation. They just totally missed the damn boat. That's why I always use the expression, you got to know what time it is without the watch. And we on a
Okay.
low frequency, bro. We are on a very bad frequency. But I'm gonna tell you though, the frequency is rising. Let me tell you about this damn corona. This corona flipped it. This corona changed some shit. Let me tell you something slick. You think 9/11 was something? Uh-uh. Where did this bitch named corona come from? This is off the wall, man. And we as a people, it's not about color, it's about human. It's the human. We didn't see it coming. We didn't see it coming. But here's the good news. From a pile of shit, a flower shall rise. And we're going to be the flowers. We're going to rise from the shit. Because the frequency is coming up right now. If you notice, man, and I'm going to tell you something. You got Dr. Randy Short. You got Soul Brother Judge Joe Brown. You got Valerie. What's it? You got Soul Brother Nephew Bernard. You got my niece. You got Lauren Powell, correct?
Yep.
Lauren Powell. So you got the variations. These people are what you call frequencies, your human frequencies.
And I'm gonna give out. Let me give out a few more names. We got Kulik.
Kulik. I'm not gonna forget my man Kulik anymore. I refuse to forget him.
BP, Brother Ron Hurd. GB.
I like Kulik's style too. I'm gonna totally support. I'm gonna support you, Kulik. I'm gonna support all you. Y'all are great.
2786. We got a lady named Dr. Common Johnson. I could go on and on and on.
All these people, bro.
Hey, look, man.
Where are you? Are you in Washington?
I'm in Virginia, man.
Oh, you in Virginia? What part of Virginia you in?
Richmond, Virginia, the capital.
You're in Richmond? Oh, man, I used to live off Midlothian Turnpike, bro.
I live off Midlothian Turnpike right now.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
No, you don't.
I'm scared.
Man. You may know the same people. I'm scared. No, we may know. No.
I used to live off.
I stayed a fine little red bone there once upon a time.
I grew up in the 27th block of Midlothian Turnpike.
Wow.
Yeah.
Man, back in the 80s.
Down there by the fork in the road.
Get out. Small world.
That's right.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
You're born and raised there, bro?
Yeah.
You my nephew. Now you my nephew for real. Now, okay, that's all it is to it. I knew there was something.
But
wow. Wow. This is my man.
Life
this is too deep for me right now, bro.
I mean, but most of these people are not in Virginia, but you got some in DC, some in Texas. I know, a few in California, some in Arkansas, Judge in Memphis. You know what I mean? So what the goal right now is trying to build the strongest coalition on earth. Because I need backing, okay? And I'm backing people. That's what I'm trying to do. If you're on my frequency, come on to the party. If you're not on my frequency, I can try to get you there. But right now, it's kind of like a sink or swim mentality. You know what I mean? If you want to jump on the ride, come on. If you don't want to jump on the ride, hey, look, man. Hey, sink or swim, baby. Because we're reaching that apex. Reaching the apex. We're in a pool of dysfunction right now. We got to get back out of the dysfunction.
I got to ask you, man. How old was your parents when they had you?
My mom was 30 and my dad was, I think he's 50. My dad's 81 years old. And
your father's 81?
Yeah.
No one. I'm done. It shows, bro.
But my mom.
That's why That's why you the way you are. I mean, that's a plus.
And my and
I
my,
mean,
my
it's
brother,
like
my
it's like,
brother.
you know what you look like you look like you look like a present future
Well, thank you.
with an old school feel to it.
Well, let me say something to you right quick before I get to my next topic. My mother died at 60. Um,
Mm,
but I got a brother at 59. I got sisters at 55. I got a weird type of circle. I got, and it ranges all the way down from 23 or 21 at the lowest, which is Lauren's cycle, right?
yeah,
And then we can come in the 30s. Then we can rise to the 40s, and then we can
right.
go to the 50s, and we can go all the way to 70 and maybe a few 80s with Judge Brown, Bishop Scott, and others that be on the show. So I can connect in between, interchange between personalities as long as the
And
frequency.
Valerie Jones is deep too, man. I mean, Valerie is a unique foundation, man. She's another kind of positive spirit.
Cheers.
She's a she's totally she's totally one of them. She's one of them. And
Well,
and
yeah,
and
yeah.
and in the Black Nubian books, she's one of those. Val, I got to give Valerie Denise Jones props, man. She has a way of putting unique heterosexual men together.
All right, well, as a matter of fact, stay right there. Let's talk about that. And I know you were saying something a couple of weeks ago, and I know you always say we stuck off the mind blow, right?
Yes, we are.
Okay, so you were in comedy, but you also have a understanding of when the effeminization mentality came in. Is that right?
Yeah,
So explain it. I know it goes in music because you say you can't even stand the music of today.
I can't do it.
Okay, good. Okay, we'll go ahead and explain it.
Well, I'll say let's music is very powerful. Um, you have to think any as a human being when you listen to a groove or a beat, anything that makes you move your body like that or snap your fingers or clap, there's a power to that. There's a power to that when you get into a certain groove, a funk, a rock, whatever you like. Music is very powerful. Music can make you feel bad. It can make you feel good. They can do variation. It depends how you feel about music. If you love the music will love you back. It depends. It depends on what you like, what you love. Music is very, very deep. Music is a theme. Music is like food. Music is part of us. You are what you eat. You are what you eat, and you are what you listen to. Music is deep. And you talk about music is
Mm.
like a stew. It's a stew. You can put so much in it. And what happened to music? It got too damn freaky. It got too freaky. Um, See, when you dance at home is one thing. When you dance on the street is one thing. When you dance in the park is one thing. But when you dance in the club, different things can happen in the club. You understand? And then when you dancing, moving that booty and dancing, moving your feet to the beat at the club, you never know what other kind of agenda may come in. Another kind of agenda comes in. And next thing you're doing, your body's moving to a groove that you shouldn't be moving your body to, and it's captivating your lost mind. And what happened is within this the culture bandits, the booty bandits, they came in and put something in our groove and they brought us in a whole nother mental direction. So there's no more Earth, Wind, and Fire. There's no more Stevie Wonder. There's no more Marvin Gaye. No more Duke Ellington. There's no more BT Express. No, there's no more Barcades. There's no more Brick, the Commodores. There's no more Gladys Knight and the Pips. There's no more Shaka Khan. There's no more continuation of variation of voices. So what happened is Freaky Rupert Robinson came on in and freaked everybody out. and gave you a negative groove that you cannot get out of. And because you cannot get out of it, your ass is stuck to the wall. And in there in that mix, you have a large agenda of people that have other intent, and they're winning right now. I'm not going to say what they are. I want everybody to figure out what I'm talking about. They came through the music. They took away certain elements that made you whole, and in return they gave you fast food negative grooves that have nothing to do with you, but have a lot to do with you because they took away what's pure. So now people are ass out. They ass out, pants dropping. And if you put it this way, if you are a heterosexual, you are now behind the velvet rope. You obsolete. Your time is up. If you are a heterosexual person right now, your time is up. And how you save yourself is get back into the basics of music. And you got to bring some elements back. And this is a deep time for it. Like I said, a flower shall rise from the shit. And this is what's happening. So we up on a frequency. So along with being up on the frequency, the music is going to change. There's going to be some that coalition you were talking about with Dr. Randy Short, the Bishop, Lauren, uh, Kuliko, uh, Kulik, what's it? Kuliko. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, you Miss Valerie Jones and so many more people. You know, this time in life is a unique time. So I guess we're taking over the steering wheel right now. But we're gonna bring music back too. You know what I want to, Bernard? I want young black kids to get back into playing instruments. I want to see black kids play guitars, drums, put the machines down. It's okay to be computerized, but have some elements in your life. You talk about keeping it real. You want to keep it real because the reality that we have been living on is an animated reality. So what the hell? So what is real now? So I'm gonna tell y'all what you really, really need to do is pick up an instrument. And so once we have our use our hands to pick up the instrument, we can play the instrument. And once we put the human hands back to the instrument, we can get human elements going back in order right now because the computer and the androids is taking over. And if you want a real person, you may have to get somebody on eBay. I know a lot of sisters are looking for love, but you ain't gonna find him no more. He ain't on Plenty of Fish. He ain't on Match.com. He don't exist. So you may have to just make you a man now. You know, go down to the homeless shelter, get him down there, get him some teeth, clean him up, wash his ass up. There's good. Matter of fact, ladies, if you're looking for your men, go down to the homeless shelter. They out there. Okay, just let him smoke his weed. Let him do that. You know, feed him, wash his ass up, get him some tea. You know, put his ass to work, and there's your man. Period.
Well, so the question I gotta ask you is, how do we get out of the nonsense, or is it too late?
You said, how do we what?
How do we get out of the nonsense?
Oh, but hey, man, it's happening right now. I mean,
All
we're
right.
talking. You
Well, let
know,
me
you
ask you
got
a better question.
I mean,
So,
people are getting their podcasts going. Lauren says she's getting hers. Kuliko, you know, I mean, Dr. Randy Short's doing his Soul Brother Judge Joe Brown Val. There's many of people doing their thing. You know, they
um,
certain
Derek,
voices are being
Derek was
heard
actually
now.
on a show
You know what?
yesterday.
Certain voices are being heard, and the dumb shit has ran its course. We have been caught up in the mind blow and the dumb shit for maybe 35 years now. And people like you who are old souls, Lauren, and there's a lot more of you out there. Y'all had enough. And I'm gonna tell you, Along with Corona, you had Trump in office. You had variations of mind blows. You had Trump and Corona. Two mind blows.
And
Trump and
look,
Corona.
I'm gonna tell you something. Let me tell you something, bro, about Trump. I don't, I don't think he gone yet, neither. I think there's gonna be
No,
some, it's gonna
he's
be some
just
major.
begun.
He now, I think that he will be here to stay for a while, and because you see, it's called the Trump effect. You ever call it the mind blow? I call it the Trump effect because it gave people a more nationalist type of thinking. I mean, it actually. I know Brother Ron sometimes says it. Donald Trump is like black man's political Viagra. You know, make it heightens your frequency because like I said, you can love or hate Trump, but that he is a man. I give him credit for being a man. I ain't worried about. That's right. I agree with him. Say what you say. I don't give a damn who don't like it. That's how we gotta be. We gotta stop being soft, and we gotta stop being little bitches.
What I love about Trump, he got swag. I love to see a white man be a white man. He knows how to be a white man. He Trump is the office building that we walk into. It's business. America is a business. Okay? If you are an enlightened black person that know what time it is without the watch, and if you're not caught up in the stupid okey doke, and if you don't and if you stay away from the formula that they created for us, if you break out of that and step outside the box, and you would understand Trump is a genius.
Hey,
Um,
he is very
if
smart. I
you know,
give him
you can talk to Nene Leaks from Atlanta Housewives. She would tell you about Trump. She was around him, Latoya Jackson, Mike Tyson, so many Sinbad, Arsenio Hall, man. He's a very
that. As a matter of
Trump
fact,
is a Trump is a matter of fact, soul brother Judge Joe Brown respects Trump a lot too. Trump is the office building that we walk into. He's the kind of guy, hey Bernard, if you and I went to the Irish pub, we can have a drink with Donald Trump and he'll give us a contract. He's that guy.
well, I'm gonna say one thing about him, and I know because I know some people like you. You say you live in Atlantic City, and I had some other guys actually say that when they used to hang around Trump in Atlantic City, Trump would be hanging out with regular average Joes
That's
and
mm-hmm.
sitting and
I
have.
remember. I remember in the '80s, he was doing that in the '80s. Everybody, all the black people talked about Trump in Atlantic City in the '80s. Man, everybody, black Russell Simmons, Heavy D, they loved him. Sean P. Diddy loved Trump.
Well, yeah, because I was, cause I, they always the media always talk about. He said, "Let me check this guy." So, and you go back and look into it. Everybody was on his jock. I'm talking about everybody. I mean,
It's business. It's business. It's business.
well,
That's
yeah,
all. It's business.
but you got to understand the media that's talking, the same LGBTQ people that you're talking about, that's telling you not to be a man. I'm like, now let me say something. You're telling me here racism is not my problem. That is not an issue. You know, you're telling me look, daggone, what white person isn't, okay? Look, what you say, bubble, right?
Right.
Right? I'd rather probably have Bubba around me than some liberal white boy around me.
Give me, but I love Bubba. I was raised around Bubba. I'm a northerner. I'm a northerner slash southerner. I was raised in New York, and I'm partly like an Atlanta, Georgia person. And I and being doing comedy in my life, for a long time. I've been around Bubba, man. I was raised around Bubba. Bubba's my friend. Bubba's my brother. Bubba has been there for me at nighttime and led me to the highway and said, "Don't touch him. This is my friend." So once you have an experience, see, I'm not talking about nothing I heard or nothing I read. I'm talking about my experience with Bubba. I respect the man, and Bubba respects me. Is Bubba racist sometime? Yes, he is. Am I racist sometime? Yes, I am. Yes, I am. I don't like everybody, and I talk about everybody too. I talk about East Indians. I talk about Spanish. I talk about that. I don't care. I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to throwing down. Each culture has something about them that's messed up and that's beautiful. That's how we roll. Bubba got his issues, but Bubba basically wants to be left alone.
You know what I got a saying, Rex. I want to bring this to you. This is what I always say. You know, I been there with some weird white folks in my life, right? Ran across them, whatever, right? And I always had a saying. Give me, they always talk about the Klan, right? And all that, right? You give me a racist white Klan member versus a liberal that's trying to be nice, and I'm gonna live with that to my death because I can talk to him. I
He
know
don't
he don't
sugarcoat nothing.
huh?
He ain't sugarcoating nothing.
I told the guy I don't like one thing about it. I don't like those white folks with Black Lives Matter in them because I know they ain't nothing but a
No,
bunch of phony.
no.
Those Antifa
No, you know
jackass.
why? You know why? You know why you don't like them? Because in real life, they tell you what to think.
That's right.
That's what they're doing. Oh no, you no, that's not for you. No, no, that no, don't talk for me. But that's what they do. They
Well, I got a problem. I got a problem with them anyway because it's some fact of they the ones that trying to act like your friend, but they actually causing a lot of extra hell for you. Because now I'm going to talk about something, and I'm going to bring this to you. This is a big topic right here. I want you to give like what you saw happen at the Capitol, right?
right.
I mean, now I'm looking at black folks. I'm looking at like, if you ain't crazy to see that was a false flag right there, I don't know what to tell you. You could
Let me
tell that
tell
thing
you.
was staged. It was staged and coordinated. You can't do that without being staged and coordinated.
Do you know how they got in?
Yeah, they got let in by the police, Capitol Police. Yeah,
No, you're right about that. But do you know how they got in?
they just walked in, right?
Right. But how they just right? But how did they get in?
With the photos
This,
I
now,
saw when
wait
it
a minute. Now, before, hold on. Wait a minute, Bernard. Check this out. This is the deepest time in our history. What happened Wednesday was one of the deepest moments in life. This is history in the making. To make a long story short, you know how they got in?
well, go ahead
By
and
the
tell me your
color of
version.
their skin.
Hmm?
That's how they got in. They got in because they were white.
Okay.
Period. That's how they got in. A lot of people call them terrorists. No, they're not. You know what they are? They are angry white Americans. That's what they are. The proud
Okay.
boys, they got black wives. They proud white men with women of color wives. They don't hate people. They're just proud of who they are. See, I always look at the other picture. See, we as people, as black people, have to be very careful who we call racist when we call each other nigger, and when we call each other nigger, it's with hate.
Oh, let me
Nigga,
say something to you. Let me say something.
I'll kill you. Nigga. That face we got with each other,
Well,
that face.
I looked up the Proud Boys model, right? They're against globalization, LGBT, and immigration for the most part. They not. You might have some of them, but in their manifesto, they're not actually talking about coming down and coming after black folks in a like a mob like that. So that's why when they had Joe Biden call them terrorists, I said, no, these fools trying to use that to try to pass a law
Right.
like a gun control or free speech. Then they started taking everybody off Twitter and Facebook and doing all this censorship, right?
Right.
But my thing is, they had a rally out there for 2 days straight. Trump had two rallies. Well, no, he came out there to one, but his supporters had a rally, right? These were some coordinated people that came off buses. One of them from Utah, Black Lives Matter, Antifa. And you did probably have a few Trump supporters going there, but they were not the cause of the start of it. And the media tried to say it like, but I looked at it like this being a form of correction. So I looked at it, this was good military tactics, COINTELPRO type tactician stuff.
Right.
You gotta be, because you gotta say, hey man, how can I get in the White House? Well, this is a day when everybody is Trump people is out here. What do? I just dress up like Trump supporters and infiltrate the whole damn thing.
Right.
And it won't, and if it won't that many of them, they were taking pictures and all that. Um, okay, Monique 2C in the chat. They're not after us. They are trying to protect their constitution. By the way, that was what they were about. And another thing, they violated the constitutional rights of everybody that day in America by certifying a fraudulent election. That's what they did. And they were after to protect their constitutional rights. Now I look at that, and let me say something else here. Okay, I'm gonna bring this up. So a lot of people got to understand this. Yes, they were protecting their constitutional rights. There's also a thing called the right of revolution. If you don't like what the government is doing, you have the right to overthrow it. That is in the right of revolution. It's another thing a lot of people not paying attention to. But we got to understand something. They ain't have nothing to do with us. So I'm saying, you're saying we wouldn't have been there, we wouldn't have happened. First of all, if it wasn't staged and coordinated, wouldn't nobody get in the Capitol. They would have had better security than that, okay? So what I'm saying is we got to understand these people. And we got to say, hold on. At least, I'm going to give them credit, Wes, for this one. I don't give them too much credit, but they fighting for something. What are we going to fight for? Instead of fighting for bullshit. I don't give a damn who won the football game last night. I don't care who won the NBA game last night. I don't give a damn about Tyler Perry dressing up like a daggone drag queen. Boycott his ass. I got a Facebook group that some guys invited me to, and it's called Boycott Any Black Man in Drag. I better not see you, LeBron James and all these guys dressed up in drag like they with wigs on and stuff. I don't want to see that crap. Okay? So, and then you see the NBA players taking a knee for, I guess, they said police brutality, but obviously they was protesting whatever they was, taking a knee, calling people terrorists. So we got to watch how we keep labeling people. Because, as I've been telling some of my black sisters, you know, you know that they've been arresting black women over the country for participating in election fraud, don't you? So y'all take, not all, because I got some smart black women in this chat, but too many of them take the fall and be guinea pigs for the Democratic Party. And then, not only this, now see, you make yourself a target both ways. You make yourself the face of the party, but then you make yourself the face of election. So either way, white folks come there, and matter of fact, it's not just white folks doing this. Also, you got these Jewish entities, you got some black, but they just a face. That's why, like, when you look at Black Lives Matter, right? They got the women as a front, but most of the crowd behind them is white. And most of the women in Black Lives Matter are gay or they dating white men. I mean, it's just a fact. You can look at the crowd. 1 in 6 of them black. And then if you go to their profile, they want to destroy the nuclear family. They actually tell you in their manifesto what they want to do. One thing I don't do, Rexx, I don't go in crowds if I don't know. I do not march in those crowds because I got to know what your manifesto is. I got to know who's funding you. And when you find out who Black Lives Matter funded by, you'll say, I think I'm going to sit this one out. I know they don't have nothing to do with me. So that's why I said, we don't just jump out there because you see something. Because they using your suffering of police brutality to pass laws to benefit them for their LGBT sick agenda.
Okay, now, with everything you just said, and Soul Brother Just Joe Brown feels the same way you do, because Soul Brother Just Joe Brown was on the Real Dana show the other day.
Yeah,
and he had a nerve with my man from We All Be TV.
Yeah, Brother Ron heard.
Brother Ron, that was excellent. But I'm gonna tell you, Judge Joe Brown had a nervous breakdown. He was going off. Let me tell you, Soul Brother Judge Joe Brown, he has a major handicap. And that handicap he has, he's too much in his right mind. He's too much in his right mind.
I
He's
like
too much
that.
in his right mind. And that man, that national treasure, has been there, has done that, and seen it. The man, he's like a James Bond. He's another make. He's the last one of his kind. You ain't gonna find. There's only a couple of them left. You can count them on one hand. You ain't gonna have many of them. And with that in mind, we're gonna do maybe a couple of more months of this kind of talk. But after a while, we're gonna have to do. There's gonna have to be some due time because there's a lot of young lost black kids out there that's lost, and they're between the age of 12 to 18. That's a heavy right there. And a lot of them are old school spirits. So since Soul Brother Judge Joe Brown is around, Dr. Randy Short, Kuliko, you, Lauren, me, Val, you know that we're here. So now, because see, here's what's going to happen. I'm not going to fall into the trick of doing this recycled talk on these streams, just talking, and then we just talking on here, but ain't nothing doing. And I'm gonna say this, and this is what you and I are saying, Bernard. This is what you and I are saying. This year was deep for those white people to go into the Capitol Wednesday and claim it. See, don't forget, white folks written the story on this shit. This is their story. We're just the characters in the book. We're just the characters. They written this shit. When they go into the Capitol like that, they have their amendments, they have their articles, they know what to read, they know what their rights are. They say this is our house. They go in there and claim that shit. And like I said before, of course, black people would say, well, if that was us, we would have got shot. You damn right you would have got shot. You damn, because that's how it goes with us. Let's not be shocked anymore. Let's not be shocked. Well, if that was a black, yeah, they shot your Negro ass. Okay? They don't like you. And just know that. And you can be any other color. Okay? They would have shot any other color. They're just not gonna shoot their own. It's just what it is. Cause you know why?
Well, this is what I say,
You know
Rex.
why they're not gonna. You know why they're not gonna shoot their own. You know why? Because they're the storytellers. This is their shit.
Okay. Yeah, but let me say something. Because I watched and listened to the rally, right? Trump told his supporters to go home in peace, and then Twitter blocked him
Yep.
off the internet.
Mm-hmm.
He told his supporters, don't
Yeah.
get involved in it. Go
But
home.
see, hey Bernard, you know what? Hey Bernard, valid point, Bernard.
Trump told
People
his
don't
supporters,
realize
don't take part in it.
Trump didn't tell them to do that.
Nope.
That had nothing to do with Trump. They're Trump
Not wrong.
supporters. They're Trump supporters. But that was their own agenda. That's why Trump was like, whoa, okay, I'm cool with y'all, but not like that. Trump was like, I didn't know y'all were gonna do all that shit. Now, okay, I didn't tell you to go to the Capitol. Okay, Trump is like this, let me be the crazy one. Let me be the one that talks shit. Okay, I don't want you to do
Let me say something.
Trump was saying, calm down.
Let me say something. He said, well, actually, they had a stage right there to go to the Capitol, but they were just supposed to speak at the Capitol, but they had the agent provocateurs, and I think as a matter of fact, I think Dr. Short was even there, but like he said, Antifa and BLM came there and wrecked the party. But that's why I said I'm not mad at them. I looked at it as a lesson to us because it shows you how easy it is to infiltrate something. See what I'm saying? Because we got infiltrators all the time. I mean, Black Panthers. And matter of fact, we have stormed the Capitol before. Black Panthers did in 1967. Not one shot
Yes,
was fired. But
that's right.
they did pass draconian gun laws in California to take
Right.
away certain gun rights. That's why I'm not worried about, because I know the Capitol is people's house. You can go to the Capitol anytime as long as Congress not in session. But I give them credit. Like I said, I give them credit for one thing. They were protesting their constitutional rights. And like I said, everybody in their constitution got violated by trying to certify a fraudulent election.
Hey, hold on for a minute. Let me turn the oven off. I'm making some beef ribs. Hold on. Keep
All
talking.
right.
I can hear you.
Okay. So, hello, Bishop Scott. And because they stay on code, yes, Monique, they are united regardless. And we can't be ununited this time, but obviously, to tell you the truth, right now is not the time to be uniting with all black folks. Because some people just gonna have to go sink or swim. Matter of fact, used to live in Richmond. There's a river called the James River, and I got a solution down here. You know, black folks don't want to come on board with us. The ones that want to sleep with the white women and sleep with the white men, and they want to be divided right now or whatever. I got a rope. Here you go, swing or swim when you drown in the river. We need to cut off. I would say probably about 50% of the young folk, and probably about 75% of the older folks, because they're just in the way. They're just in the way, and they're basically useless. Dead man walking. Now I'm not saying to kill them, even though sometimes I think that they should take a bullet and shoot their own self. But I just say, man, jump in the rope in a lake or commit suicide or something. And do me a favor. You're useless anyway. So you might well kill yourself. Like Judge sometimes say, a brave man dies only once. A coward dies 1,000 times. And we got a lot of cowards, and they need to be dealt with. And as a matter of fact, I don't need white folks to kill them. I just tell them, hey, look, man, we can get a plane. We can get Boeing, whatever airplane you want to make. We can get our own plane. Fly onto an island, no food or water. See can they live? They might have to eat cannibalized or something, but we don't need them. That's how I look at them. I mean,
You know what, Bernard?
They stuck off the mind blow, right? They're stuck off the mind blow.
Bernard, I'm looking at you, and you 34 years old?
33. I'll be 34 on July 16th. Don't worry about it.
And what? And you were born what year?
1987.
1987.
Sometimes let me say one thing to you. You know what I call me and some of my guys are born in the 1980s? I call it the last great generation.
The what?
The last great generation. We got stuck somewhere in the middle of the foolishness, but some of us still was on the other side of non-foolishness. Like I said, the Queen Lauren, like I just call her like a flower that rose out of the ashes, because there ain't too many other ashes out there. Okay.
Let me tell you something about Lauren real quick. I was real busy last night, so I caught the end of it when you had texted me about the show, and I had kind of dozed off too, man. But I had caught the last minute of it, but then I had looked at it today. I had looked back at the beginning of it today. Lauren is really blowing my current mind right now on her depth, and she is like, I'm looking at her old school spirit talk, and it's really amazing. And you too, and you guys are something else. But let me talk about you for a minute too, King BJ. When I look at you, I look at Nat Turner.
Well, thank you. Hey.
Yeah, you're a dangerous dude, bro. Valerie said something that made a lot of sense to me. She said she wouldn't want to be in the car with you if you were stopped by a cop, because she said that you because you're that guy. You ain't having it. You're not having it. You're
I,
not having it. You're
I
not
can't
having
look at a
you
lot of stuff
and
I don't
see,
want
hold
to have.
on. You're that slave back in 1805. You're that slave that have been like, okay, here's what we gonna do. We leaving here tonight. We going, okay? Do or die. We leaving or you gonna stay here? You're gone. King BJ.
Well, thank you, brother.
Yeah.
So the other things I gotta ask you, um, and I know you consider the judge to be a soul brother, but you say he in his right mind, right?
Yeah.
Well, that's not a handicap. That's a good thing.
No, that's a handicap nowadays, because being in your right mind can help your mind too.
Got you. I understand. Um, well, let me ask you a question before we wrap up. How do you like it with in you're in Colorado, right?
Yeah, Denver.
How is that out there in the mountains?
How is it now?
I mean, how is it out there? Period. I mean, I
It's
used
hard.
to, as a kid,
It's
I
not.
used to
It's
like
not. It's not good anymore.
it's not good
It's
anymore.
the best kept secret is out. Uh, Denver's not a state. Denver's not a state.
Then was a
Denver's
city.
another planet. Colorado's
Okay.
another planet. Colorado's very different. Colorado's not California. Colorado's not New York. It's not Chicago. It's not Virginia. It's not North Carolina. Colorado is Colorado. Colorado is very different. But this is another kind of place. But the beauty of Colorado is there's opportunity. There was opportunity, and there is a lot of money, a lot of money. But now Colorado has become a monster. Colorado has become California. Everybody in the whole world has come here now. The prices went up, and you can drive down the street on Tuesday and look to the right and see an empty lot. And you'd pass an empty lot, but then you drive by that Wednesday, you see a whole condo built. You see a whole they did it overnight. So they're building, they're building, they're building, they're building. Traffic, traffic, traffic. You have another kind of people coming here now. And I'm gonna tell you something. The homeless problem is off the hook. White comfort is over. The white people, the middle class people, not the rich, the middle class white people are now feeling like niggers. They're having a nigger feeling. They feel like shit, and they find out their own people don't care about them because it's about the money. It's about the have and the have-nots. And there's a lot of white people here that are have-nots. They didn't see it coming because for so long, they were in their comfort being white. Just like in the South, when you black, you feel comfortable in the South. When you're in Virginia, when you're in Georgia, there's not one thing about being African American, being black. When you're in the South, you feel comfortable. Why do you feel comfortable? Because that's your home. That's your home. And that's how white folks feel in Colorado. It's very white. It's white supremacy. Utah, Montana, this is their world. But everything changed now. So now they're having that Negro feeling. They never. This is their along with Corona and the wheat industry. The wheat industry did a lot here, and the wheat ain't that damn good. You better off getting the shit when it was illegal. You get a better buzz. The shit they give you now make you sleepy and make you paranoid and make you have bad dreams.
Mm.
So it's a ball of confusion out here. It's different. It's not comfortable as it used to be. Um, a lot of people are moving here. A lot of people are leaving. Um, It's a money state though. But I'm gonna tell you, if you're a millennial, like your age, this is the place to be though, bro. Yeah, if you were young, if you if you got your head on straight, you can come here. If you're a person of color, it's a good place to come. If you got your head on straight, if you want to get away from what you're used to, if you want to get away from what you're used to, this is a good place to come to between the age of 20 to 40. If you're between 20 and 40, and if you're a person of color, a black person, us, now for black women, don't come out here. This ain't for you. No, no, this is not a black woman state. Don't come here. Okay, if you want to grow dreadlocks without trying, don't come here. You, because those dreadlocks you will grow, it isn't because you're Nubian or trying to be real. Those dreadlocks are growing because you didn't had a nervous breakdown. You didn't lost your natural mind, and it shows through your hair. So those dreads are unintended. Okay, those ain't no Bob Marley dreads. Dreads with a purpose. Those are nervous breakdown dreads. So if you're a black woman, do not bring your beautiful black self out here, because it ain't gonna work unless you got a family or you got something else going on. But if you are a black male, young, and you think outside the box, hey, check it out.
Well, look, I got one thing to say. This has been actually very entertaining. I had a good time talking to you, brother. Anybody have any questions in the chat for Brother Rexx Garvin? Guess
Did you see me on Comedy Hype?
yeah, I watched one of your videos on YouTube. It was from a while back though.
Yeah, I got a couple. Check. I got a lot of them, man. A lot of my videos are on Comedy Hype. So you check out my videos, and then after you check those out, then you can talk to me about some stuff. This way you know more about me, because
Got
those videos kind of sum me up. I got some good stuff out there, and
okay.
I got my video, the Prophet of Funk music video, and I'm serious about that too. Comedy is what I used to do, but my thing is music and being a laugh specialist. Like I said, I still make people laugh, but I make people laugh in other ways. I'm not a comedian, but I do have a gift of laughter. But I don't try to be funny. I just roll with it. But I have different ways of healing. That's why I say I'm a laugh specialist, feel good therapist. I can heal in other kind of ways, along with good food, music, dance. Good food, music, and dance is a good variation for healing. And I'm gonna tell you something. I'm looking forward to all of us getting together with some good music, some good conversation, some good dance. Dance is very important. We don't dance anymore. You think about it. People don't dance. People don't dance. People like, okay, I'm 59. I'm gonna be 59 years old next month. So you be a person like me talking about, yeah, man, I don't do that no more, man. I don't do that. Damn that. I still get my groove on. Talking about what I used to do. Dance is very important. So when we do get together, which I want to see us together, we're going to make it more, because I'm a performer. So it's going to be an event when we get together. It's going to be a nice thing. We're going to have good food, music, and dance. I want to see Judge Joe Brown get his groove on too. Okay. I want to see Joe Brown do the electric slide. That's what I want to see.
Well, look, man. Man. Also, you were talking to Lauren last night, and you were talking about she had a doctor talk to her, and the doctor, Common Johnson's actually in the chat right now. Um, so I'm gonna send you Common's story so you can look at her story later on. Um, yeah, I know you gave Lauren a lot of high praise. She said this is interesting. We got the Bishop Scott in the chat. Bishop um, from the Bees on the Judge Joe Brown show at times.
Oh, I love the Bishop. Hey man, when I hear the Bishop talk, man, it's one of the best talks I know. When I call Val show, the Bishop, you, and when I hear Dr. Randy Short and so many other people call, I mean, it's just really the best. It's like a good talk stew. It's a good talk stew. It stimulates the mind, bro. And like you said, King BJ, it heightens that frequency.
Well, hey man,
Is my
I
niece is my niece in the chat now?
I kind of wish Lauren was in the chat, man. Lauren, I don't know, she's probably busy. You know, I'm gonna do another show with Lauren, man, and
She's
you'll be in the chat.
she's probably somewhere feeding people somewhere, probably reading them a storybook, feeding them or something.
Well, I will give credit to your guys. You know, like I said, 23 years old to be 23 years alive and knowing something is a blessing, and she is actually very great. She sends a lot of information. People give her hell, but they give me hell too. They think um they give me hell too for what I say and what I do and talk about. But hey, man, this truth got to be told. It cannot be sold. We're in a battle of decision. It's either time to put up or shut up. So
But you know
Bishop,
what? But King BJ, let me tell you this. Since you are the flashback of Nat Turner, you are you're very focused on what you believe, and you said the truth. Keep in mind, the truth is your truth. Everybody may not share your truth. But so when you say the truth, what is the truth? That's the scary part about it. And I
the
think
truth
that
right now, the truth right now is I'm not stuck on the mind loop.
well, you're not. But you know what? But you know what though? What you do though, in search of the truth, you find people in of common ground. You find people of common ground in search of the truth, just like you.
Hey
Because
man,
because
in the
everybody's not going to share,
right now.
and so because like I said, you a dangerous young brother, man. Because you something else. You ain't no joke.
Well, look, bro. Hey, look, man. I get it from great people, and as a matter of fact,
You
when
should,
I
you should, you know what? You should have Professor Griff on your show.
I had to get in contact with him. That might be a little bit
Professor
harder,
Griff.
right?
You
But
two, y'all be two peas in a pot.
well, I will say this: that talking to people like you, Dr. Common Johnson, Bishop, even Monique 2C, and others, my good brother Robert Phillips in the chat, y'all guys are amazing. You keep me up. Now I don't go through any day being depressed because I already know who I can talk to when to get some of my information out. So that's like a release valve. I thought I was fighting the battle by myself a while back for years, but I'm not. So I'm glad that y'all guys around. So with that being said, brother Gavin, can you close us out?
Yes, I want to say to everybody out there, man. This is a new time. We on a reload. This is a reload. We on reload right now. Capital RELOAD. We on reload. And we on a brand new level. Matter of fact, we are living the next level. Whatever was ain't no more. You can flashback with it, but it's no more. Got to move forward. We on some other shit right now. And I hate to say this, but I'm gonna keep it real with you. At the end of the day, nobody really give a shit. Nobody really give a shit. All you got is you. Take care of you, and once you take care of you, great things and positive things will come toward you. Once you take care of you, because at the end of the day, nobody really damn care, man. When people say how you doing, you really think people care how you doing when they hey how you doing? They don't really want to hear it. They don't want. They hope you don't say nothing. Hey man, how you doing? You really want to hear it? No man, I gotta go. Yeah, I don't want to hear shit. So we're living in unique times, but for those of you who are lost and looking for a family, tune into King BJ. We're gonna get that coalition going. I think this is a great team to be with. It's a good future to be with. This is going to be a good year. Like I said, from the soil of ignorance, from this pile of shit, a flower will rise, and we are the flowers, man. And we need some positive water on it, and we got to grow and make it happen. And God bless everybody.
Well, look, bro, this is what I'm gonna do. Maybe one day I'll have a program and I'll bring you and your niece on at the same time. And that's how it happens.
Yeah, that'd be cool.
And in closing, I gotta say, I do thank you. I appreciate you. And hey, man, tune in anytime and call in to talk to your soul brother anytime, man.
Right on, bro. And I want to say too, I want people to look at go on YouTube and enter the Prophet of Music video. That's my life right there. The Prophet of Funk music video. And then go to Comedy Hype, put in Rexx, Garvin, Cold Funk, and look at all my videos. And then you see what I'm about. And then, there it is right there. And this, and thank you. And Bernard, thank you for having me be a guest on your show, man. Thanks for feeling me, bro. Thank you, and you really make my day. Thank you.
Hey, man, it's all my pleasure, man. We do it again sometime, brother. You take your
Right on,
time.
bro.
All
Peace.
right, bro.